Oh, we don't want that one. We just want... Morning. We got a couple of DR traders in the group. So I thought I'd do something a little bit different. Morning. Let's move this. It's good, thank you. Yeah, it was good. Hope everyone else had a good holiday break. Oh, it's always full on with the kids though. I'm ready for them to go back to school. So, I'm just watching us take the weekly. Did have a trade here from this weekly up to the open VIB, right? So when we broke above here and brought us up to that 5-minute open VIB, we've now taken the high of the previous hour. So we've shifted bullish. We've been bullish on trend AI, right? 4 hour. So what we're looking at now, we've just had a new 4-hour candle. So we're just predicting that the next 4 hours for DR, right, are expected to be bullish. So we've got a 63% probability. So what we need to see is obviously trend AI to come up above the 0 line. That's going to give us an early indication that in the next 15 minutes we could confirm long. We've got liquidity above, so this high here. Once we take that high, we then are in interesting territory. So I'm not sure how much further we've got past there, but we'll see. This is an obvious level for us to be taking trades from, right? See these Gibbs here, right? See how when price came up and we rejected off the weekly, we started to hold those levels. See there, rejection, rejection, rejection. And then we came up through. So well and truly now, if we are going to confirm long, this is going to be our area of entry, really. You've got the London high and low. Nice. Nice one, nice one. Yeah, it was a good trade, right? We come out, swept all the lows. We didn't quite make the midpoint, right? Came back above. We had open VIB here and here, right? So come back above, tap back in, and then take it out. So we have left one open here. While I was marking it out, I didn't get as good execution on the actual trade as I did marking it out. I was a little later to the party, but still. There's the execution on it. Should have been in about there as I was marking out the chart. Just ran away from me. And then that's the wick, right? Hitting the TP. So we've had a good day so far. I had a lazy boy set up on CL. Wasn't planning on was thinking about trailing it, but I'm just keeping it nice and simple with Lazy Boy, right? Really easy. Everything was just beautiful. We've already taken the candle previous high. Trend AI is bullish. Dynamic TP. All of the algos. Just a cracking trade. Gold didn't come back for us when it confirmed. It is currently bullish. We are above. So we are not quite 20 minutes in, but expected we take this high, we'll have an early confirmation. But yeah, we'll see what happens with gold. NQ has come up and taken the high of the previous. We are still below the zero line, a lot more than ES. So just want to see what happens. So closing below here now, see us failing to get above. We've got that open VIB at the down here. So let's see. We need to hold those levels. We had on the 1 minute, you can see it's holding those levels. Now we're coming back below and rejecting. We are below the zero line still, right? So let's see. My level of DR trading is going to be really basic. So I would focus kind of like mine on the free version of DR in YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, just can't hold that level, that last weekly. But we'll see. We've still got time, right? We've got another 10 minutes before DR's formed. I think we've still got some liquidity above. We've got this below. We took out here. I'm going to retap back up now. You could look at a little short back down into here if it comes back. It's probably already done it. Yeah, see these levels now? We were holding, breaking through. So we get a confirmation of a bearish hour, right? So statistically, dynamic range. It's the first hour of New York for this one. So it takes the high and low of the first hour. You look at it on the 5 minute, you mark out the bodies and then the wicks, which gives you the IDR and DR. I mean, it's like, you know, I think DR is a really sound system, trading system for people to use, right? I've got no problem against it. Nice tap there, filled that VIB again. So now we're coming back down to the weekly level. So we've already confirmed that from a statistical level, we're more likely to be bearish. Let's just look at the 1 hour. So 1 hour's corrective bullish. Doesn't give us any real data, any real advantage on that. So let's have a look. So what we've done is we've taken the high, right? So here's our high, and we've taken the low. So using our hourly data here, we can see that statistically we're now more likely this is our high. So what's more likely to happen now is, you know, in this next hour, we're just not expecting to confirm in the next 40 minutes. So we wouldn't expect this high to go in the next 40 minutes. Doesn't mean it can't, just probability-wise, we wouldn't expect it to. See on the 5 minute, the dynamic TP, it's a longer range, this one. But we've maintained the red and we're coming down towards that 0 line. If this can get to that 0 line on the 5 minute, we could expect quite a decent move down for the day, and maybe these lows. And you know, we've got to get down to here. If we're going to come take this liquidity, then yeah, we will see. But we ADR and then the ODR. Yes, there's a low. Filled the gap straight away. Came up. Let's have a look. Dual levels here, right? We've got DR IDR level for the ADR plus a gib. Nice reaction. So you might kind of, I think I like price action. So I like the DR price action concepts rather than the data. So for example, the 50% of data is fine. It's a high enough probability, but you know, from people that have watched me, right, I focus on 70%. I want something substantial in my favor. And the hourly data, the data that you get for retracements is just not high enough for me. It's like usually 12%. It's given us like a 12% probability of a retracement zone. It's not high enough. So for me, it's all about kind of price action. The DR levels are great, right? The gibs, great. Now I'm just going to use the algo, dynamic TP, trend AI, liquidity as additional confluence to DR, and the DR levels as places where I can take the trade. And then obviously if you've got access to the DR indicators, then you've got your additional confluences of levels where you might get rejections from. So a nice tap back up here. If we were expecting to carry on short, you could look at a trade like this, right? But we've still got this open vib again up here, but then we've come back through it. Let's have a look. So we haven't got enough for a lazy boy entry, right? So I'm not suggesting we take this, by the way. This is the level that I like the most here. Right now. But we'll see if we can. We have just come back below this. Is a strong level, right? It's combined weekly plus ODR low, so it's a strong level. Let's see. Got 4 more minutes and then our hour's up. Anyone do anything nice? Party hard? Still hungover? This is just a bit of fun, by the way. Do 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 do. So I've got an open viv now. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to make these less obvious. There we go. So this is our 5-minute liquidity levels, right? So this having an 85% probability of being hit today is quite strong. And I am liking that rejection. But, so for us to confirm, right, we're going to come through here. It's just, we possibly could, in the confirmation, just come straight through. See this coming down? Hey! Yeah. Another rejection. If we come straight through this now, right, it's another combined level from the ADR. Plus you're inside the opening gap. So if we're going to plow through this level, I just think it could be getting closer to that zero line. It's good to be back, right? Good to be back. Another rejection off of there. So let's have a little look. We've got crude light at 78%. Euro at bearish. British pound. Gold still bullish. Sitting around though. Oh, yeah. So we had an early sell, right? So could have been in there. I was looking at this, but I was just marking up the other area. So yeah, we could have been in. That is one hell of a dump. Anyway, we're not getting a retracement on that one. CL. We didn't have a confirmation. We had an early confirmation of a short, but look how bullish we are, right? We're above all of the highs. This is just a retracement. Beautiful dynamic TP. Trend II, super strong. It's looking good, right? It's looking good. Nice sell on. So I think that would have been a lazy boy setup. Let's have a look. Yeah, corrective bullish, so we're expecting bearish. The only thing I didn't like is how strong we'd come up, right? And then above the zero line. But if you did take it, it was valid. Could have taken it for that below the open, right? Stop here, 50%, targeting the low. Done, trade done. So it was valid. I think it would have been about this. Yeah, there you go. It was a valid trade. Morning. Absolutely valid on that one. Here we go. Starting to come down. So we were talking about this level and the rejection on it. I was looking a bit higher up, maybe a bit more greed, but then the fact that we'd come below the weekly, and it's quite a strong level, including the DRs, why we didn't come back above. This coming down towards that zero line on the 5-minute plus the liquidity below. I'm liking that. So let's see. Let's get this confirmation short, right? We had the confirmation of the hourly data. How's the 1 hour gone? Yeah, so it's corrective bullish, right? So at some point we expect that to flip bearish on the 1 hour. Plus, we're We're getting that higher time frame coming to that 0 line, right? Look at this. There it coming above. There's it coming below. We come down right below this. We could see a nice drop. Let's see. Our 4 hour is probably still, let's have a look. Is corrective bullish, which is great, right? So our 4 hour, which has just started, is now giving us a bearish correction. So we need to see for that, the first segment is 40 minutes in of the hour, right? So this is where it started. So 40 minutes will be here. Let's look at our 4 hour data. So yeah, 52% bearish highs. Let's go up a bit. 55%. So our hourly's already confirmed that we're expecting this to be our high, right? So what's more likely to happen is this is going to be our segment 1 high on the 4 hour. If we take the low after 40 minutes, which we're more likely to get a low in the hour, right? It's going to knock on this effect at the 4 hour. So our 4 hour looks like this. Yes. Do it after. 60. So I've just filtered the 4 hour data because the 4 hour candles, especially this one, includes most of obviously after New York and different volume. So I've just filtered the data to be from just before New York to the close, right? So you can see that our data's just gone up slightly. It's only 64. Let's just go up to 10 minute. Yeah, 62%. So the first segment's given us of this 4 hour period, right, is giving us high probability of bearishness. So again, look, you've got a 48% probability in the last 6 segments. So where is the last 6 segments, right? Where is it? It is 2, 3, 4. So here's our high probability low. So here's where we expect in this next 4 hour, right? This is where we expect the low in this DR time frame. We still need to see a couple more things confirm, right? But right now we've got the 4 hour algo. Dynamic TP is coming down. We're starting to weaken on trend AI, right? So we can see that transition. Higher time frame dynamic TP come below. It's looking good. Let's see if it comes back up to. I don't know. It's not a great place to be in the middle of those two, really, but we'll see. All right, get rid of that now. Okay, so we've got an open VIB sat there as well. So we've got a reason to come down lower, a reason to confirm short. We've just filled the ones that we left opened here, right? So we filled this, came up. We have left this open. Nice rejection back off the weekly and the ODR low. So yeah, so we've got an open VIB here. We've got the Asia low. We've got a liquidity probability of 85% of this low going. We're bearish on the 4-hour algo. Our hourly's confirmed bearish with expecting us to put in another low. If we can take the low in the next, wait another minute, then that gives us high probability 4-hour this being our high. So it's looking good. So it's just showcasing how we can combine like statistical probabilities in line with DR as well, right? So DR is currently, our open is here. So we're below the open, so our early indication's bearish. Right, we've got the weekly levels, which we're now below, right? So we've come up, failed to take it, come back below. We've now gone below this GIB and the ADR high, right? So rejections, rejections. So we're starting to see more bearish price action. No confirmation yet. What do we think about the mix-up of trading a different style, other concepts in line with Max Algo? What do you think? How I'm utilizing some of the techniques. I know we've got quite a few DR people, haven't we? And like, I haven't been in DR for 2 years, a year, I don't know, long time. So obviously my understanding of DR is very different to where it is now. But it will be in line with the free YouTube videos. Anyone on here who trades DR? Nice. Nice continuation from CL. Really bullish. Everything's bullish. Everything's gone corrective on ES, which is this. What we're looking at here. Oh, we just can't get above these, so I'm thinking maybe and then if we do come up, I can add another. CRT. CRT. Well, the fact that I don't know what CRT means, no. CRT. Oh, candle range theory. Candle range theory. Is that right? Doo-doo. Yeah. I know a little bit about it. And I've got kind of my own opinions on it, right? Because it depends on the candle and when the candle is. But it's the if I'm right, the all right. Consolidation, manipulation, distribution. It's kind of what inspired me to build the data, right? Because if a lot of the time in a bullish candle you manipulate down at the beginning and distribute a lot at the top, then it should show in the data, right? But no. Do you know what? I think it's because of I'm very much around like a candle formation. Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of it applies to the 4-hour candle, and I think a lot of it applies to the 9:30, because you get a lot of manipulation at the beginning of that 4-hour candle. So, for example, this would be the new 4-hour. Where have we got? This is a new 4-hour candle. But if we were just so we would look at New York, that manipulation, and then coming out in distribution. But I don't know. It all depends what's around it, right? What highs are there, what price looks like, where price needs to go. All depends. Getting close to that zero line. I like price action. I like price action. I like price action trading more than anything else, I think. I like, obviously, data then backing it up is the ultimate, right? But I like price action trading. So the last 4 hours was here. So this, we need to take the low. So taking the low would be good, because not only do we get the DR confirmation, we also take the low of the last 4 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, just there. Previous 4 we took the high. So that'd be a nice bearish flip, yeah. not planning on unless it's probability based and it adds to the confluence of kind of like what we're currently doing, the prediction of the outcome of the candles. I'm not planning on adding too much. It's more about developing what we've already got, right? So the algo and developing on the algo, and just improving usability of everything, really. I want to make this year really boring for trading. Kind of keep it really boring. Even like people who want to trade DR, it's like, yeah, great, trade DR, right? Wait for your confirmations. Okay, so we go long, rejection, 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 right? Algo is bullish. You've had your early buy, your confirmation, your retracement, right? There's your signals for continuation. So Max Algo is aligning with the trading, right? Right, we come above the zero line. What are we expecting then? To go bullish, starting to weaken and transition. We get a buy signal, we retrace, we break above. Right, same thing here. We're now above the DR. We're above, we've transitioned, we're expecting bullish price action. And then liquidity levels, right? From here, we've got liquidity here and a weekly. There's a nice target, right? And then for when we get back above, you've then got your next weekly and liquidity above again, right? Which we swept all of it. Look at that. That was all our liquidity levels. And we took every one of them out and then we reversed. Right? And now we've got this liquidity below. See, we're going to come back up to this area. I am not in this trade. I didn't take it. Wanted to see us confirm first. We got just inside, but nothing yet. Let's see whether we hold this. Back up to the weekly. Let's just check what's going on around the houses. Nothing on NQ. Looking bearish. Crude light still very bullish. Gold still very bullish. Corrective bullish on the Russell. Bearish on the pound. Look at that. Flip here now. There's the euro. What was that drop? It's a beautiful correction. See, we're way above on the zero line. Bullish, bullish, bullish. Nice tap on the open. See you later. Yeah. Just makes it easy, right? Just can have a little look around if I want to find a lazy boy setup. And you can do it for the, you know, I've got a version for stocks, right? So I can have a look at what stocks are going. And you can set it to whatever time frame you want to set it to as well. Like, for example, you could do it for DR, right? So I could set all of these to be 7 hours or 4 hours when DR starts and see which one's giving me a nice strong confirmation, right? And I've got an early bias. So we could literally just go in, right? 4 hour, 4 hour, 4 hour, 4 hour, right? So S&P right now is flipping between the bullish and corrective. We've got Euro strong bearish on the 4 hour, which is matching the 1 hour. Corrective bullish on E-mini. British pound is bearish as well, right? Corrective bullish on the 4 hour. Sequence 7 on gold. 81% probability of being bullish. Sequence 3 on... and the higher time frame's bullish as well, right? So, you know. I'd call that a payday when we first transitioned. I'd have to have a look when that was. And, you know, 4 hour on NASDAQ is strong bearish, right? So NASDAQ's been a bit hit and miss. But our 4 hour is strong bearish. So you can see it there. Strong bearish. But I want to see the 4 hour market, like candle structure, has already done that, to be fair, on NQ. We've already taken the low of the previous 4 hour, right? ES we haven't. This was the last 4 hour. Right. There's a 4 hour VIB sat on. Do, 15-minute VIB there, same one on the 5-minute. It's not there on the 30-minute. It's on the 15. Coming back above now. Let's see what happens when we get to when we get back up into here. So we've got an open VIB here. We've got the open. Oh. I want to see a confirmation though. So CL would have confirmed, right? CL's confirmed bullish. Russell's confirmed bearish, but we need to take that low. Euro confirmed bearish. We would have actually got a lazy boy set up on this. I said it probably wouldn't come back, right? Because of how far we came down. There we go. Nice tap at the 50%. Well in time as well, right? Oh, no. No, 40. Just. They're 40-minute ones. I don't know why it's just showing 40 minutes. But yeah. I was hoping we would have confirmed already, but it's fine. With patience. Come back above again. See if we can close below. My internet just died. Come on. Saying that my internet's a little slow. Apologies. Let me just give it a kick. So we're closing back below, right? Interesting now. Wish we'd have confirmed. "26 seconds. Let's see if we close. So we've got the GIB and the ADR. Could sell stop it, right? Like this. Might just do that. Oh. Four, eight. And then like that. Just one tick lower. Take a cheap trade. So this was an inside bar, right? It's a 5-minute inside bar. And we've taken the low of that inside bar. Once we take the low of the inside bar, statistically we're now more likely to take this low. Quite high probability, at least 75% likely. That once we take that, we're likely then to take this low. So it doesn't have to be on this candle, just some point. With us closing, I really want to see us close below that, right? But it's fine. Here we drive through now. Could just take it to here rather than having to go for liquidity. Trades on. Trades on. 116. All right. We're already way over 2R. So who knew that I could trade? Not me. There we go. Let's trade. Right. There's confirmation. So you could take profit now, right? Because we've taken the low. And when we take the low, there's a chance that we can come back on it, right? But it's one of them. I'll just go break even. In fact, I'm not even going to do that. It's that little of a risk. I don't care. Just leave it where it is. So I've got it going to here for about 7R. Right. We're playing our 4 hour, so there's really still plenty of time, right, to take more trades. But I've got this liquidity level. We could go for the liquidity. We don't have to, though, right? We've got the DR low here, so we can just take it to this level. It's 7R. It's plenty. It's plenty. We don't have to. So this was a combination of everything, right? Combination of everything. Of price action. So what I'm using in DR is price action. I'm using dynamic TP coming below this 0 line. Trend AI. Algo. It's now gone strong bearish as well, right? The 4 hour. The fact that we'd already taken the hourly low. This was then expected, once we take this even more so, we're expecting a bearish hour. So everything's looking good for a bearish hour, right? And here's our end of our 4 hour. Here's our statistics. So right now, the probability of the low in is very, 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 very low. So realistically, we've got all this time. So even if we do tap here, we could look for a retracement and a retake of the low as an additional trade. You know, we're now below. This could run. We could have quite a chunky run, but we'll just see. Got an 85% probability of this low going. Doesn't mean we have to take the trade here, right? This is a good trade. Just to where we are now, we could close this trade. No problem. It's probably 5R, 4R, right? It's a great trade. Don't have to do this. I'm just playing out the probability, right? So what we had here is we had a gib, right? Open gib, DR levels. We've come back off the weekly level. We've then had an inside bar. If we take this inside bar, we're likely to take this, which means we've taken the bullish candle. We're coming below the 0 line. We're still red. That we would then drive and get a bearish confirmation, right? That's it. Oh. So now we've closed back outside. And we've closed outside the DR, right? What else have we got? What else have we got on DR that's also adding probability, right? Confirmation candle doesn't have a new candle below it. Very, 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 very high probability that low goes, right? And that's a good statistic because it's not just low probability, it's during the entire period. So if we were coming back in, we've got high probability of another low and this low still expecting to go, right? So let's have a little look. So we're into the 1 hour, right? So 1 hour is coming back here. So 1 hour is a sequence 1. So even the 1 hour, right, we're expecting our low to be nearer the end. So we could get a additional entry, right? Could get a lazy boy. We've taken the 4 hour low, right? So if we were to look at the 4 hour candle, let me just do that. So this was our last 4 hour. It took the high and the low. So we've now taken that. We had that 4 hour VIB, right? Gap, whatever you want to call it. We're now broken through it. We can come below. This is our high probability low that we're expecting to go. No, it's not, no. Where is it? Have a look. 910. 910. Yeah. So this is the low that we're looking at in terms of getting ran. But we've come quite a far way on this 4 hour, and we've still got 2 hours and 49 minutes left. So bit of a retracement, or we could have one giant 4 hour candle. Go back to the 5 minute. So nice rejection from the DR. We're looking for this low to go. The DR's not loading. Let me just reload the chart. NQ's got the same level, right? Same idea. This would have been a nice trade here. Not yet confirmed though on NQ. Once we get a confirmation, we always respect a retracement, right? We expect some sort of pullback. I'm just hoping. What I was looking for was a strong move down through this cross below, right? And then the retracement, and then the retake of the low. We'll see. I'll put my stop to break even. If it comes back up and rejects, we can always take a trade again. Well and truly, you know, taking a low, we want to take some profit off, because when we take lows, right, you often, it's where price is going to retrace. That's why in market structure they say, you know, there's kind of 3 levels when you're doing SMC market structure, that when you take a high, you're expecting a pullback, and that pullback you're expecting then it to come back into the range of the previous market structure, and you're then looking for that area, supply and demand zone, to get into, then to carry on. So you're just seeing the same thing play out, and it is true when you take highs and lows, there is high probability of a retracement. For us, on this hour, we've taken the low of the previous hour, right? So that would give us a retracement back to the open, which is here. But when we have a very strong movement, we're just not going to come back. And because we've got a transition coming below, See, now we're rejecting from the DR and the IDR. This is where we want to not see it come back inside. We've still got a couple of levels to protect us, right? But we could come back to here and reject here. This could be an area. I wouldn't want to see it come all... We've already rejected here, right? So what is the need for price to come back and reject from this level? There isn't. This level, yes, right? So here, price has come back through it, right? So we've rejected from it here, plowed through it, and then now it would be quite normal for price to come back and test that level. So it looks like we're going to get stopped. Let's see what it does when it gets here. But this is where if I was looking to get in the trade now, it's good that this low's not going. So we are expecting more bearish action, right? This would be where I'd be looking to take an entry. Now, possibly, you know, you could use this as your stop. But you're only getting 1R, it's not really good enough. You'd have to move it up to, like, actually on there. Then you could go for here. Or again, see it reject, stop above it, and then target the low. Right? Could be like that. Put it back to as it was. There we go. Nice rejection from this fib. I'm not holding though. That's it. Come back outside. Come on. Take the low. Thank you. Keep going. So if you're not in a trade, you could add, right? So we close back outside. We'd want to see it close back outside, right? So when it closes inside and closes back outside, although we just flipped and gone back bullish, that could have been a point. But we wait for the candle to close. Closed on it on the 1 minute. I have no data on anything else, just pure price action. On the 5 minute you won't see it. On the 1 minute we're seeing those rejections from these fibs. We've taken the low with the previous one, which is good. Just where my stop is, right here, is just a lovely area where price might not come to. I've got on the 1 minute a fib here. I don't really want to come all the way back up here though. I just don't want to come all the way back up. If we were to take a lazy boy on the 4 hour, right, we'd be looking at 50%. Let me get rid of this. So we'd be looking at 50% of price of where it's at now. So here. So we could take it as a 1-to-1, right? If we do come to this level, stop above the DR, targeting the current low. Plenty of confluences for that, right? So we've got... Currently, we've confirmed on the 4 hour we're more likely to be bearish. Algo's bearish. We've gone below the 0 line. With DR, if we came up, the confirmation candle is the current low. When that happens, very high likely to take the current low. So that is a good trade. High probability if we make it there, right? for 1R. Statistically, on the 4 hour at the moment, we still got an 86% probability of more lows. So currently we're switching between bearish and bearish on the 4 hour, right? So corrective bullish means the probability of it closing bullish is 6% bearish. And then we're going into a transition of a bearish price, right? Here. And if this goes to bearish, it's still bearish. So we've got a couple of strong opportunities of price going down further. It is also the beginning of January. Let's see. What have we got left on the 5 minute? We've got 30 seconds left on the 5 minute. What a shame we didn't come outside and close back outside that DR. When we take a level and immediately close back below it is a setup. And yeah, I just think we're gonna get BE'd. If I'd have had more on the trade, I'd have taken profit off here. There's just no point. It's good execution though. Happy with that played out. Let's hope that's the last point. Those 2 VIBs. Get back outside. Get back outside. Go on. Oh my god, that was close. Let me stop on. Oh god. Whew. Rejecting back off the DR again. Let's see it close outside. So what other styles would you like to see trading? We can do SMC. Can trade that with Max Algo. It'll be photon based, so I'll be trading photon. We could do some ICT, basic ICT though. I think 2022 mentorship. So taking of liquidity reversal, targeting on the previous liquidity. We could do silver bullet. Take a silver bullet zone. Look at the algo, high probability direction of the algo. Use that as confluence. Go on, close outside. Damn you. We've got 2 minutes and 45 seconds. I don't want to see this candle flip now. If we get flipped, it's almost certain I'm getting taken out, right? Because it is literally 2 ticks from my entry. In fact, let's have a look at that. It's 2 ticks. Let's have a look. Ooh. So my entry is... Go on. Oh, go on. Let's see that close back outside. 2 minutes left. Taking the low, which is great. So we've had a good run, like 4 hours before stream started. CL was a lazy boy. Beautiful. Look at this, man. Beautiful CL. Another rejection. This is why we wait for the close, right? When we're waiting for the flip, we want to see the close, not just it move in that direction. Alright, he's one big candle back. Wow. Right, that's break even. So let's see the rejection. So where is it? Okay. Nine, 5, 4. 9, 5, 4. Now we are going full Max Algo. So we're going lazy boy. What is that? I've just moved. I've never seen you before. What the hell is it? Were you up there? Oh, yeah. Nice rejections off of here. Did say this. Like, if I wasn't in the trade, this is where I'd be looking to go again. See how we reject here. We've still got this open vib all the way at the top. Just be mindful. And this is a nice area, look like. Rejection, rejection, drive through, drive back up. And then we haven't, see how we've just gone straight through. But it's a bit far up, right? We don't want to be coming that far up, ideally. And now we've already come below and rejected here. So this is our ideal level to reject from. Obviously this was probably the trade to take, right? New low, easy 2R, or 3R easy. Or even just taking partials, right? Well, that's fine. The 50% mean. 50% mean. 50%. Click on here. It should just be there. Is it ticked on or ticked off? Hang on. Let me just hide DR. And vib. So there's the 50%, right? Here and here for me. So it's shown on mine, right? It's ticked on. Yeah, I'll tell you what it'll be. Have you got your date set to 2025? Or you mean there's others showing and that isn't? It's odd. So we break even on that one. Win that one. It was the date, yeah? No worries. I've been doing that all day on my chart. I've been putting it on all day. Going on my chart. It's not there. Where is it? 2025. Pain. No worries, buddy. Alright, let's get back. So anyone who's got DR, right? Yeah, I know, right? All going through them all. Loads of charts. Just constant. So anybody who's got DR, right? Where's our high probability? I mean, for me, right, we got a 4 hour, which is bearish, right? This is our 50% level. So from the high to the current low, yeah? So we're looking for a new low, right? So here's our 50%, right? So it's our lazy boy setup on the 4 hour. So don't expect it to be over quick if we, when you take this. It is literally entry, stop, target, right? Just on the higher time frame. So what confluences have we got in this trade? Let's talk about this trade. Okay. Let's talk about this trade. 4 hours, high probability to be bearish, right? I am considering taking this as well. Just waiting for see how we close. Let's wait for this 5 minute. We've got 4 minutes. So DR's confirmed, right? So you've got high probability of a non-fail DR, if you like. We are at the 50% level. We have filled that volume imbalance, right, that was here. So that's done. But it's high probability that the confirmation candle isn't the low. That I can't remember what the exact probability is. I'm sure it's like 80%, 83% probability that you get another, on a true day, you'll get another low. Where's dynamic TP gone? We've just come over the 0 line. I like this. Bearish. We're transitioning bearish, right? The 4 hour, which is the candle that we're currently looking at. So segment 1 is 40 minutes. So we've already taken the low of segment 1. And then segment 2 is 11:20, right? So segment 2's over. So we've already had our first 2 segments, which is our highest probability of the high. So more likely, statistically, right now, there's a 78% probability this is our high on the 4 hour. And there's still an 84% probability of the low going. So, we can take that 1-to-1 with high probability of our target getting hit, right? And that is lazy boy through and through. Here's the open for the 4 hour, right? So we're closing below the open. 2 segments. Probability of what? Bearish 4 hour. We've taken the low of the previous 4 hour. So let's talk probabilities and stack our probabilities. We're closing below the open on the 4 hour. We've done it in segment 1 and segment 2. It's at least 73% probability of getting a bearish candle. We have taken the low of the previous 4 hour in segment 2. That's again about 73% probability of getting a bearish hour. We've taken the low of segment 1, giving us an already high probability that the high is in. Our dynamic TP has gone under. Our trend AI has transitioned. everything is confirming bearish, right? So we've got probabilities stacking, algo stacking, DR stacking, like absolutely no problem. It's just if we're going to go there, right? And I'm sure we could find a reason for why this isn't going to play out. For example, structure, right? You could say that this is your swing, right? Come down, we break this high. Here's your swing, and we're now come down into this demand area, right? We're in discount. However, we're not playing that we're going to take this low. That's not part of the game. The game is we're going to take this low for 1R. And that does not change any of the rules for SMC or anything else anyone else is trading. So we can take this trade, we can lose this trade. It is fine because we're taking it with as much confluence as we're gonna get, right? We got this level here. It's a strong level, right? Where we've rejected, come through, come back over. So we've got rejection here. We've got the weekly above as well. We've got plenty of levels to stop price coming back to us. We have got that open VIB, right? So we could come back up to here. So we're going to fix risk, right? So my risk. Oh, well, I've gone the wrong way. Let me just change it. I had a buy, not a sell. Okay. Right. What's going on? Why is this different? $54.75. I'm in. I was in a little lower. So I'll just use slightly lower. Let me stop. Like that. That's it. Lazy boys on. It is. 83. Yeah, just above those highs. Stop it! Yes. I really do. I really do. This is the longest time frame lazy boy I've ever taken. 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours is the highest I've ever taken. I've never taken a 4-hour lazy boy. However, what have I done? I've filtered my 4 hour to be in the afternoon, right? So I'm going from New York to close, right? So I'm using, because the 4 hour, this 4 hour includes the New York Open. It's a little bit more, it's got a little bit more different volume to it. So I wanted to just filter the data just to give me that that probability. And you can see as we go up, right, 62%. 57%, right? 50% low in that last period. So it's in our favor right now. I kind of try to keep it nonchalant, right? Oh, look. We're in. Algo is confirming as we're taking it. So we're in. Doesn't matter with the algo change now. We'll just sit it out. Play the probability, just like we do in the backtest. So the only thing that I would say what's going against us, right, is here, the fact that we've gone bullish, your higher time frame wave, and we've come all the way back to this level, right? So that's it really. We have got liquidity above, right? But we've confirmed short. We've come under the 0 line. So for us to be able to go bullish, we need to come back above, right? The 1 minute coming above would be an indication, right? That'd be a warning sign. But if you think about how does our hour play, a lot of the time our hour plays, right, you get messing around in the middle bit, right? So we're in the middle bit. And then our distribution is expected near the end. So another 20 minutes and we're halfway through. Why have I got so many trades on there? Just one. It's confusing me. There's another one there. So that's it. I mean, you don't really want to see this high go when we talk about price action. Yeah, because we've come up, come down. So this would be our order flow changing if we took this high. But we have got, it's this open VIB above, right? We have got this open VIB. So possibly we could go price action, and I'm going to favor what we want, right? Going to favor what we want. Come up, come down, take the low. Will we take this? Don't know, but we could take this low anyway, and then come back up. But that would probably, I'd have to see. Really want to see that go first. I don't really want to see that, but if we were then to come lower, I'd then expect that to be taking the low. But like I said, we've got plenty of levels, right? What's going to stop price? We've got a weekly DRC. We've got Gibbs, and we saw how these Gibbs rejected price. Look, held price here. Fell through it, came back. So we can quite easily come back up, fill this, and reject. But we're not looking for this extension now, right? We're just looking for a new low. That'll be it. Gold. Payday transition. That's not a bad transition. Fucking hell. My God. That's not bad at all. Crazy. See, he's just taking this high, right? Failing to close above. They're basically the trades that we take, right? So a lot of people, their entry is they need to see a liquidity sweep. And what we're trying to do is we're just trying to, generally, it can either carry on, right? So we can get the continuation, or it can be that sweep, right? Retrace 50%, tap back above, sweep the high. We've got our 1R. Doesn't matter. I looked at Bookmap for maybe half a day, and I loved it. I watched a live about iceberg orders. And then I tried to weigh up how much time I've got, because I've got loads to do with the recordings, right? And I was like, this is going to swallow me. So I still have it, and it's like in my head. But I've got so much to do. I just can't right now. I can't give up that time. But I really enjoyed it. I watched it live on their Discord. I can't remember who the guy was, but yeah, I was going through iceberg orders, showcasing that. He was just scalping though from the VWAPs with iceberg orders. Nice rejection. That is a beautiful rejection. Do you know what though? It's I think kind of, for me, I look at something, and if I can see it happening, I can see what's being said happen, then that gives me that, okay, I have to be able to see it. If I can see it consistently playing out as it shows, that gives me a lot more confidence to actually go deep into it, because it's worth it, because you can see it playing out, right? And you could see it with the levels. You could see it with the liquidity levels on the heat map. You could see it, how it was holding orders. It's definitely worth it. I didn't really have much of a holiday. I spent the time learning Quant Tower. Spent more time learning about YouTube, because obviously it's a big part of what I've got to do. So I've delved deep into trying to kind of understand what I need to do, and that's taken a lot of time, because because we couldn't trade. It was a good time to spend away from trading, so I wasn't thinking about trading, looking at other stuff. So yeah. Now back on it. So when we get these, see this wick here, right? We've had this big rejection. If price is going to go through this, then often we'll see a big push. It's very busy, yeah. There's a lot going on. You must hate looking at my charts then. I'll clean it up for you, Mark. What did I just take off? No, stats. So the worst thing to me is the VIBs take up a lot of space. Liquidity takes up a lot of space, right? And then the DR levels take, and the VIBs especially are very, very, very dirty. But if we're doing DR, we need them on. So we're going through this level now, right? And like I said, if you think about it this way, this price is pushed down, rejected this level. We're going to go back through it. Then you're going to expect price to push, right? So you could, if you were a scalp, you could scalp the tap back in. You got an open VIB up here. We know we've got a level, right? So we could scalp all that little sort of push in back up to here, right? So here, this candle, maybe you'd want a little bit more. And then the push up into these levels. Could tighten that up. So you have to ask, why would price go to your target? And it's just here, back to my original entry point I had on, right? Reject, 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 reject. Straight through, straight through, straight through. I just don't like the fact that we've rejected here. If we come up to there, we're breaking this level. But let's see. It's quite a strong trade, this, if you were to take it. Especially with your closing above, right? That big close below. Close above, got an open VIB. Not much drawdown on it. You want to see a close above this, and then then you could go break even. Two and a half, well, 3 minutes of this 5 minute candle. So if we look at the hourlies, right? Here is hourly high, the previous hour. Here is the hourly low. This is the current hourly low, and this is the current hourly high. So previous candle low here. So this was a wick. We then came through and took the wick and come back up. And a double wick. How long we got left of this hour? 8 minutes. So 8 minutes left, and then we've got what have we got? Oh yeah, halfway through our 4 hour candle. So here is, there's the, you should be able to see like the break even. All right, hang on. So go in this space here. So here's the trade on, right? Here's the lazy boy. Target's in the low, right? This was the entry. If I'd had more risk on, I'd have taken partials here once we've taken that new low. But it was only like 150, $160. What are you going to do? Take $70 partials? Let it run all the way. Didn't get there. Never mind. So then obviously we got break even, right? Then we've come back up to our 50% and we're in the trade. No worries, buddy. Take it easy. Thanks for coming along. See you next time. So yeah, so that's where we are currently. Oh, you look away for 1 minute. That's a big bearish candle back down. So what I would do, take a level, lose a level. I might add to it. If I was taking a separate trade now, if I wasn't in the lazy boy for DR, then this here, as long as it's, yeah, look, it's 2.8R. So that's a valid trade, right? That's a valid trade. If you're going for one bullet. Even if you just put it above this high, right? Like I said, we don't want to lose this high. But then if it's going to take that high, then it's going to take them. So you could probably do that. But yeah, that'd be a valid 2.8 trade. So in the teachings, one of the things obviously you'll see is when you take a level and then immediately come back below that level, that is an entry that M7 would take. Right, so this is price action trading based on M7. It's a valid DR entry. The only thing is we need to see the new hour, right? Because we're not expecting this low to go this hour. We've got 3 minutes left. I want to see this level go. This is an important level, right? We want to see that go. Let's have a look at our we're in that. It's all on the 4 hour. I'm just going to put them back to the hourly like they were. We're not doing DR on those. We're just doing DR on the one we're on. Might get a lazy boy set up. Shall see. No, stop it. Okay, so no. So crude light is still bullish. Gold still bullish. British pound is corrective bearish. It's interesting. Dow bearish. Nice high probability. Euro still bearish. And S&P on the hourly is bearish. So interestingly, the S&P hour is going to close bullish, right? So not of 1,300, only less than 12% closed bullish. That's interesting. Oh, hang on. There's the hour. There's the open. Here. So you'd have to close below that in 30 seconds. See if it closes below 30 seconds. I've not done my hair. I look like a rat that's come out of a drain pipe. How much difference a cat makes, right? Compared to undone hair. Close above. New hour. 2 hours are up. So we're in the midway through our 4 hour point, which is, as we can see here, right? This is all our 4 hour data. Let's go down to the dark. This is our 4 hour data. So these are 3 segments. We've now completed our 3 segments, right? So you can see that our bearish highs, 12%, 17%, 60%. So much more probable that we're going bearish that we've had our high. In fact, it's like 90%. And then here's our distribution, right? So distribution was 12% in the first segment. That low is in segment 2. It's only 3%. So now we can start seeing that distribution is starting to play in. So if everything's going to play out, we can expect to start seeing price going in the direction that we want, right? We can still see this next 40 minutes mess around. Next 40 minutes can still mess around. What we want to see then is that distribution coming near the end. But yeah. So I don't really want to see this high go now because we're talking about like bullish candles, bearish candles, right? So we're looking at the hourly. Right, this is our hourly candle. In fact, that's fine. Right, this is our hourly candle, right? Which is this. Got a tiny wick. And then we closed quite high. So the previous hour was like that. Virtually no wick. And then it was just lower, right? And then what we've done is we've opened in this hour. Like close below them. This one opened. And closed. Bit above the open. So it should be like that. Basically. I could have just gone to the hourly and just shown you instead of this stupid around. What the fuck? So yeah, so we've come down. We've then failed to take the low, right? This has taken both lows and then closed back up. So now that we're open, kind of don't really want to come into here. Really want price to come through now. But then it's like, if price is going to come down, it's already wicked the lows. Is it just going to wick it again? I mean, it does do double wicks, right? We do get times where we're just going to take both. Or is this going to be, you know, drive down, pull back, and then continuation down? Still very bearish. You know, like everything's bearish on this side of things. It's red, look. Red, it's bearish. Really need to see this level go, right? We need to close below here. Could try and do my snipe entry again. That looked nothing like I drew. That was a rubbish attempt of drawing it out of candles. Yeah, so you can see that this is a big wick, right? Big wick down into this wick. I think we've got the 4-hour VIB there as well, right? Look at that. That 4-hour VIB is being a pain. Come on, let's go. Need to get through. This is the 1 minute. Remember I said about if the 1 minute comes above the 0 line, then potentially we, you know, got concerns. So, come on. We're looking for a close below here, yeah? We've got a nice transition. We are bearish. We have transitioned. Right? So if you're looking at this, this is showing you the strength of the current trend based on percentage of the previous volume, right? So when we've got a very dark red, that's showing that the trend has switched bearish and that it is higher than 70% of all previous volume. Orange means it's bearish, but it's weak, so it's like above, below 40%. And then when it's just in the middle, it's just strong. It's between 40 and 70%. So you can see here, look, the bullish trend starts going weakening, transition to bearish, and then what we want to see is that transition fully complete and price go on, right? So you can see here, transition bearish, unable to maintain it. We transition to bullish, come above the 0 line, and then we get the bullish price movement, yeah? Couldn't get the close below. This is a nice candle though, right? So when we just spoke about the other candle. When we see candles like this, I mean, this could be that short entry I was just looking at there, but just like that. Say 5R. Like when you get a big rejection like that, if we're going to go through that now and take that low, then we like it, right? Price is showing that although it's rejecting, it's still pushing through it. It's pushing through those wicks. Plus we got the same level there, right? But we need to see that level go. Still holding on it. New 5-minute candle, we've still closed on that level. Nothing like it. I did not draw it anything like what it was. I apologise. Next time I'll just go up time frames. So really annoying. But I'll just show you our distribution time, right? Just show you our distribution time. Oh, I deleted it. So in the 4 hour, our highest probability basically like this, right? Is here. So this is where we're most likely to get our lows. Yeah. Yeah. So that's our time. We're using time, right? This is our high probability low. And then to be fair, we could just take it in a little bit. Like that. There's still 76%. So the one that we're doing in the boot camp, right, is about 70% win rate. It depends how often you can trade, right? Because the less time you can put in, the less trades that you can take. I'll say, no worries, Mark. Take it easy, mate. See you later. So it depends on how many hours that you trade, right, for your setups. So, but we are looking for an average of about 7 to 10 hour a month. If you trade every hour, October was 22 hour. I think December was 23. DR is a higher system, right? So when you're trading DR, you're looking for tighter stops, higher win rate, right? I think you're looking for like max, sort of ideally 3R minimum. With Max Algo, if you're just trading the Max Algo system, then we're looking at things like this, which is R1R, which is, so we're not in this trade. This would have been, if you were following DR price action, this would have been a DR trade, right? So when you take a level and an important level, so like here, take a level and immediately lose it, that is a entry, right? So you would have lost, well, not quite yet. but that would have been an entry, right? For us, we're looking at the data, right? So we've got bearish price action. We've confirmed short on DR. We've confirmed short on our data. We're below the open. So we've had 3 segments close below the open. We've taken our previous 4-hour low, all that data. So we have a look at that data, right? So we are looking at, so above open, 4-hour, 2025, right? So you can see that segment 3 is closed below the open, right? So when segment 3 has closed below the open, there's 77% of the time the 4-hour candle has closed bearish. So right now, based on us, here's the open, right? Well, sorry, this is the 4-hour candle. There's a 77% probability of closing bearish. So statistically, right now, we've got that probability. We've then got, we don't want segment. I want, hang on. Probably got an old one. It's not the. This is the DR. I don't use this to normally. Max Algo. Oh well. So these are all different probabilities, right? So we've just looked at. I'm gonna have to make sure I save this now. Once I've got this, I need to save it. It's 2025 December. Hourly. So I want to look at the 4-hour, 6 segments. We can go back to 2020 as far as possible. Don't want segment. We've just looked at above and below the open, right? Previous high and low data. Perfect. Okay. So this is showing us when we take the previous 4-hour low, so being bearish after taking the previous 4-hour low, right? And when did we do it? So we did it in segment 2. So this is us taking a low. So this is segment 1. This is segment 2. So you can see that when we took the low in segment 2, that gave us a 74% probability that this 4-hour is going to close bearish, right? So taking that low there, that's the previous 4-hour low. That gives us a 74% probability of being bearish. Okay, so we've got tick, taking the low, probability of being bearish, right? We've just looked at segment 3 has closed below the open, right? 76% probability of closing bearish. This is the open, right? Another one. Another confluence for a bearish 4-hour. Okay? Then we go to Max Algo stats. So now this is our 4-hour data. Okay? So our algo's predicting bearishness, right? 5% bullish. So we're predicting, the algo is predicting bearish probability, right? Corrective bullish means there's only a 6% probability of closing bullish. High probability, 94% probability of closing bearish, right? So I've given you 3 probabilities there for this current 4 hour, showing us that we're likely to close bearish on this 4 hour. High probability. The next thing is if we're going to have a bearish candle, right? So we're expecting this 4 hour to be a bearish candle. If it's going to be a bearish candle, where are the highs and the lows, right? So I'll do it on 118 bearish candles, 4 hour candles. So you can see that segment 1, 2 and 3 of a 4 hour, right? So that's, each segment's 40 minutes long. So you can see that halfway through is 2 hours, right? So we can expect 62% of the time it's in the first 40 minutes, 13% in the next 40, 13% in the next 40. So in the first 2 hours, we expect 60, 70, 80, just under 90% of the time our bearish high is put in. So what about our low, right? Well, you can see there's 8, 11, 23, let's say, right? 23% of the time, our low is in the first 2 hours of a 4 hour candle. So we've still got all of this data left, and this adds it up for you, so we're not doing math, right? So there's still a 77% probability of another low, right? So our 4 hour candle, which we've just looked through all those probabilities, yeah, is giving us a high statistical probability that this low is going to go. So if we know this is our 4 hour high, this is our 4 hour low, statistically there's a 77% probability this low is going to go, and there's an 89% probability this is our high. If we take a 1-to-1, right, what's the probability of price hitting our target? It's significantly more than price hitting our stop loss. Okay? So that is the lazy boy setup. That's trading with probability and having an edge in that probability, right? We also got DR on today, so we're trading DR, okay? So DR has confirmed short. Now when DR confirmed short, it never put in another low. You can see this is the confirmation candle, and that's the low of the confirmation. Now if you look at the data on DR, you'll see that roughly it's probably about 80% that price will break the confirmation candle low. So we're putting all those confluences together, right? This is a high probability trade. If you were in DR, this should have at least been your entry based on price action, right? Take a level, reject the level, you're in. Stop below, target a new low. Okay? So if you're in the DR trade, you didn't get taken out, right? 2 ticks above the high, all good. Couldn't take that level. We've now come below here, which is great because we were holding that, right? And now we're looking for that new low. This is when we expect the new low. This is our high probability. This is where all the data is, inside this area, right? So when we started out here, and we had this trade, right? I was in this trade, and we came down. I was like, maybe we'll just come to this level, take this level, take that trade, then get a retracement up, right? We just didn't push down far enough. I didn't have enough money in the trade to take a partial. So stop was just at BE. We've come back and gone break even. So next trade for us was taking the lazy boy, right? 4 hour, high probability. We're in the trade. Right, we're currently up. Right, and there's our trade. If you're in DR, the same trade's giving you 2.82R, right? But that was based on reading price. You had to read this level. You had to read price rejection, right? That's a beautiful drive down. Remember, this is our distribution time, right? What did we say when I saw that second hour finish? It's like, we don't want to see this high go. So yes, if I wanted to be aggressive, I could have put my stop here. Could have put my stop here. Right? No problem. I'm just going for my easy one-to-ones. No stress. Now we're in our distribution, right? We're getting to our distribution time. It's actually more like that. Took this trade, right? This is a DR trade. Come back above weekly DR, tap back in, targeting an open VIB here. That's 4R trade. I'm not teaching DR, right? I'm done DR. I'm adding confluence of Max Algo to what I'm doing. Yes, come on. That's wicked. I love it. I love it. Here we go. Come on. We want to see a close outside the DR now, right? Oh man, that's amazing. So cool. Happy New Year. What a new year it's going to be, right? That's amazing. Oh, I'm so chuffed here. Take it easy. There's no rush. Plenty more trades to go. How many trades do I average a week? Depends on whether I'm working in the office or not, right? I've got a couple of businesses that I have to go out to run. But generally, like, I'll do maybe between 4 and 7. And if I'm live streaming every day, I'll do more because I'm on the charts. Generally, if I'm not live streaming, I'm working on other stuff because obviously I've got to support the indicators, continue the development of them. We need more people to be using Max Algo so I can employ a developer. I need to employ a developer so that we can really take things forward. So I've got to start pushing more to get more people obviously on board. So it takes up all my time, really. Yeah! How you like it? How you like it? This is still not statistically the low, right? We've still got time for that. So it looks like we probably will drive for this liquidity low that we looked at. So we were looking at our liquidity probability, right? You can see this had an 85% probability of being taken. If we've taken this low and closed below, then good chance we could drive for this low. There's our liquidity level, right? Got created as the day went on. See our other levels. Left a couple up high, but nowhere near as high probability as our 85%. But let's see. But we don't care about that because we're just taking our high probability trade, our 1R. Didn't even get close in drawdown, right? Nice level to take it off. Beautiful confluences in that trade. And if you took it on the DR trade as well, congratulations. It was a good DR trade, right? Nice trade. Back out. Couldn't take the level. Strong level. Stop above. Targeting a new low. You know, it's a nice 2.8R. Congrats. There we go. That's the push down. So this is what I was aiming for in this one. Dynamic range. It's the first hour of New York, Asia, London. The free YouTube videos are all you need, especially the live streams. Use that with Max Algo, or you can pay for the indicators with DR, some cracking indicators. Combine that with Max Algo, and you've got a dream, right? I don't know anything about DR since I left. I don't think you need to. I think they overcomplicated it. My system is based on me. I created it. Doesn't exist. I am the creator. It's not ICT. It's not SMC. It's mine. There's the liquidity. I created the liquidity code. I created the liquidity concept. I created the indicator. This is mine. It's impossible, right? With probability added. Lazy boy is my setup. All these indicators, the algo I created and coded. It is a brand new trading concept. DR is not me. DR is another concept. I'm just showing how, like, you can trade other concepts and use Max Algo as a confluence. So my background before I created Max Algo was I was in Photon, so I was SMC trader, market structure, and then I went into DR, which is M7, and I did that for about 7 months, and then I went on and created my own thing. So we've still got more probability of lows, but we've taken our liquidity, right? That was our target. It was a shame I didn't get anyway. Oh, my computer's crashed. What is going on? Just had an issue with my computer. I am looking tiny and nowhere. So I'm going to stop the stream. We've done what we needed to do anyway. Mini-me will say bye-bye.